up? What's up? Let's go. Let's go. What's up? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another great issue of Kerrang. Issue number 19, released for July 1st through July 15th of 1982. You're here at KGTR. As you can see, we're giving you the best of 80s heavy metal. We're going to give you the evolution of 80s heavy metal coming very soon. Right now, you're getting a taste of 80s heavy metal with these great issues of Kerrang. Again, you can find these issues on eBay. If you're interested in any of these issues, just go to eBay, type in Kerrang or your favorite magazine or whatever you want. You can find anything and everything on eBay. Not sponsored, but just to let you know, that's where most of this stuff comes from. All right, we're going to go ahead and review this magazine, open her up, see what's in this issue, go over it page by page, look at the photos, comments, interviews, whatnot. And again, any interviews that pique your interest on any of these issues, I'll be more than happy to do a follow-up video where I read the interview of your favorite band, artist, out loud, one-on-one. We can have a video of that if you like. All right, this issue has the ZZ Top on the cover. Look at this beautiful color. Look, another Gibson Les Paul. And right here you got some DiMarzio Super Distortion pickups right here. These are DiMarzio Super Distortion pickups. All right, we got ZZ Top. We got Brian May. We got Raven. I still haven't heard of Raven. I mean, I've heard of them. I just never heard them. So I need to go on YouTube and type in Raven. Again, any of these bands we don't know of, they're probably popular in the UK. That's where this magazine is from. So that's my fault for not knowing who these bands are. But there's Raven. We got Venom. We got Budgie. We got Marillion. BOC for Blue Oyster Cult. See? Little shortcuts. We got Billy Squire. We got John Lord. YNT. We got more Nazareth. We got Golden Earring. Remember that one hit? Twilight Zone? That's the only hit I know about Golden Earring. It was all over MTV again. Twilight Zone. It was a long song. It was a good song. But that's the only hit I know about with Golden Earring. Jimi Hendrix and Michael Schenker Group. All right? And win Robert Plant's microphone. So can you imagine the thousands or hundreds of people submitting to win this microphone? All right, let's go ahead and open her up and see what's in here. All right, we got Mayhem. All right, we got, again, more white print on black. Now they're adding more color here. Tour News. Miami Rocks. Check out Miami Rocks. So these are the latest buzz. Look, Motley Crue right here. We got Motley Crue. What else? Queensryche right there. Who else? Steven Tyler. Again, we got Kiss right there. This font is so damn small. The font. All right. Judas Priest. Screamer for Vengeance. All right. This album's already released, and from an unknown land and through distant skies came a white-winged warrior. Nothing remained sacred. No one was safe from the Hellion as it uttered its battle cry. When I first heard the Hellion, I was like, damn, this is great. And it kicked in. Oh man, this is like their best album of all time. It is. Their heaviest album. Oh, this album kicks ass. This album made me a huge Judas Priest fan. Screaming for Vengeance. I remember I bought it on cassette tape, and I played that thing over and over, and I was learning all the songs the best I could back then. Check out Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Right. Over the top, ZZ Top again. Sorry for the split right there. Oh, look, the Gibson Les Paul with the DiMarzio Super Distortion pickups. Right. So again, this talks about ZZ Top. So if you're interested, I'll be more than happy to read it for you. Right. This is all about ZZ Top right there. Right. When Hell Won't Have You. All right. The Predator Will. Bitches Sin, Predator. All right. So let me know if you heard of the band called Bitches Sin or Split Beaver. Are these heavy metal bands or what? Look, hey, I'm going out to a concert. Who are you going to go see? Split Beaver and Bitches Sin. I love it. So now we have to go on YouTube and type in Split Beaver 1982 release or Bitches Sin. Let me know what you find. All right, ZZ Top discography. So this will show you all the records, telling you about their hits and whatnot and their release dates. More mayhem. Again, more on the latest buzz and news, ins and out. Look, Spider's 6-year itch. So here's Spider. Where are they now? More, even more tour news. AC/DC right there. Dealer. Motorhead. Remember there was a band called Dealer. I never heard of Dealer, but apparently there they are. Right? Reverend Robert Cooper, An Apology. Or revised. So here they're probably recasting something that they printed. And they're going to basically apologize for misquoting or misrepresenting. That's what they're going to do right here. And at the time, these are all the UK's top 30 hits that they were liking back then. 10 years, here we go. 10 years with Queen. So Queen's Brian May. So they've been together now for 10 years. This is 1982. They probably formed in 1972. So here they are. Innovative. Arguments. So the ins and outs with Queen. I remember they departed for a little bit where Freddie Mercury had a solo career for like an album or two. And then you did the opera thing. Okay, money is not a major factor. 10 years down the line is very different. You want recognition, but the fact of being a commercial success isn't live or die. So they made it, but are they getting too commercial, too big, or not enough? So this interview with Brian May will let us know his thoughts back in 1982. All right, look, here's Brian May, premier, awesome guitar player, awesome singer-songwriter, and he wrote many, many, many of Queen's biggest hits. So major talent right there, major talent. Kudos to Brian May. Again, Raven. Okay, remember, I need to look up Raven. But here they are in 1982. I think they were around in 1981, but here's Raven. And Venom. So these two bands, I need to check out Raven and Venom on YouTube. Let me know what your thoughts on these two bands. Remember, this is 1982. Strictly for connoisseurs. We got Sabu. Never heard of Sabu? Buster Brown, again. I remember Buster Brown tennis shoes, but not the bands. Remember Buster Browns? Were they called Buster Browns? With Tom McCann shoes? I remember Tom McCann shoes. Right. We have Breathless. We have T. And Legs Diamond. Again, I've never heard of these bands or artists, so let me know if you have. All right, look at this. Who is this? Big John Thomas Budgie. All right, again, forgive my ignorance, but a lot of these bands are popular in the UK. That's why the UK wanted to expose them to the world. Right, look at this beautiful flying V right here. The Gibson Flying V. With DiMarzio. These are DiMarzio Super Distortion pickups right there. These are DiMarzio Super Distortion. That's my main pickup. I'm going to assume everybody else played with it until they tell me different. No, Tony, that's a Seymour Duncan. Well, I think it's a DiMarzio Super Distortion pickup. So, all right, look at Marillion. Look, is this trying to be Kiss? Is it trying to be Kiss right here? Look, Kiss. But look at Marillion. Fish. Right? Nice picture right there. Instant Dharma. So Buck Dharma, great guitar player. This is a weird design there, isn't it? Look at this guitar right there. It's not a flying V. It's a weird guitar right here. But it's his guitar. So Buck Dharma. So if you want to hear about Buck Dharma interview, here he is with Blue Oyster Cult. There's an interview with Buck Dharma, guitar player extraordinaire for Blue Oyster Cult. The 11 Plus, Robert Plant. Robert Plant, Pictures at 11. Great album, great singing, great songs, great guitar tone in this album. Very, very great guitar tone. Mama's Boys right here. Mama's Boys. Oh, look at this. Judas Priest. Hammering, blistering, wailing, pounding, etc. Scream and Scream Again. Judas Priest, Scream for Vengeance. This album kicks ass. Look, Kiss Killers. What do you think about Kiss Killers by Casablanca? And Genesis. 3 Sides Live. So these were big albums in 1982. Red Alert. Baron Rojo. Never heard of that. Red Baron. Kansas. John Lord. Again. Low Life by Rolling Stones. Still Life. So there we go. Squire Route. So here he is, 1982, still plugging around. Billy Squire catches up with Billy Squire in Motion. He had a release in 1981-82, all over MTV. Had some really good hits. And then he just fizzled around 84, 85. He fizzled. Right? More on Billy Squire. He was good. Again, this would have been a great poster. But look, there's another Gibson Les Paul with the Marzio Super Distortion pickups right there. Right? No Sweat. Whitesnake and Strangling Glenn Hughes. John Lord. Right? I don't want to sound big-headed, but the new Snake album, Whitesnake, will set standards. Come and get it. Right, this is 1982. No, it's not. Your release in 1987 is going to blow doors on everybody. So just wait 5 more years, and you'll see what success is. 1987, Whitesnake is going to blow up, and blow up huge. So, sorry, John Lord. Right, Motorhead. I went to see Ry Cooder recently, and I was so bloody jealous. I was in the stalls, and I felt like jumping up on stage. He was jealous. Isn't that pretty cool right there? Look. Contacts. You want to contact your favorite band, artist, record company, labels right here? This is where you do it. Armed and ready. So these bands are trying to promote. Give you a listen to. Static. Check them out on YouTube. Type them up. Shy Wolf. Let me know what you thought about Shy Wolf. Deep Joy. See, these are metal bands. They want to break it. They want to break big. So maybe these bands are in the UK trying to make it, but they haven't mentioned any bands on the West Coast, right? In the US, hitting the strips, like Autograph. They're trying to get big. Black and Blue, they're trying to get signed. Lizzie Borden, she's trying to get signed. All these bands, it's too loud. Panzer Division. Let me know if you ever heard of Panzer Division. Truffle. I'm going to go see Truffle. I'm going to go see Panzer Division. Uriah Heep. Everyone's heard of Uriah Heep. They're good. But I never heard of these two bands right there. Let me know if you've heard of these two bands. Look at this weird guitar. It's weird because look at this headstock. Is that a weird headstock? Let's see if I can blow her up. Look. Is that a Dean? I don't know what that is. What is this right here? Let me go back. You know what brand that is? But there we go. What's next? All right. Pure Mayhem. Hanoi Rocks. Hanoi Rocks was good. They were good. They were good. A lot of footage out there on YouTube. YT. Look at Dave Meniketti with his Gibson Les Paul and his DiMarzio Super Distortion pickups right there. YT is hard and heavy, and they're good. They're really good. At times, Sammy Hagar sounds like Dave Meniketti and vice versa while singing at times. Look at this Gibson right there. Look at this Gibson right there. YT were good. YT's personal column. So here's our little column. Dave Meniketti, date of birth. Let's see if I can blow some of this up. Right, Dave Meniketti, date of birth. December 12th. He won't give me the year, see? They won't give me the year. Eyes, height, 5'10", favorite perversion, taking 4 at once, sex object, Sophia, and all big tit chicks. Remember, this is 1982, and they're raw. So, let's go back there. There we go. Got it back in frame. Sorry about that. The Naz are back. Nazareth. Were you a fan of Nazareth? This talks about Nazareth right there. All right. Golden Earring. Again, discography of Golden Earring. Look at this. They've been around forever, huh? Look. But the only hit I knew about was Twilight Zone. But here they are. Here's Golden Earring. Since 1964. Isn't that amazing? Golden Earring. So there they are. All right, look at this. Jimi Hendrix. Voodoo Child, Slight Return by Jimi Hendrix. Because I'm a voodoo child. Voodoo child. Now, can you imagine Jimi Hendrix with a Floyd Rose? Just imagine Jimi Hendrix with a Floyd Rose. He'd be like giving Eddie Van Halen a run for his money. And if he had a Floyd Rose back then, he would have done everything before Eddie. He would have. All right, I think he would have done what Eddie was doing with the tapping, had he not died. Because he was like a guitar wizard. When he was doing all the slides, he would have like eventually started tapping and stuff and doing dive bombs. He would have done it. So, classic metal right here, Kilowatt. All All right, crosswords right here. Robert Plant, John Lord. Pen pal section. More classifieds. We know all about the classifieds. All right, Monsters of Rock, Donington Park. What's in here? Let's see. Again, when I blow it up, I take it out of the frame. I apologize for that. All right, okay, here we go. Look. East Anglian Rock, 1982, featuring Saxon, Magnum, plus Samson. SOS featuring Barry Marsden. Angel Witch. Remember Angel Witch? I want to look up Angel Witch on YouTube. Someone out there look up Angel Witch. Let me know if you think they're good or not worth a listen to. Tony, they suck. Don't bother with Angel Witch. Or Tony, they were good. Check them out. Let me know. Angel Witch and Caroline Roadshow. So this would have been great. Look, tickets were only $5.50 and $6.50. And directions right here. Isn't that cool? Saturday, July 24th. Where were you? Where were you Saturday, July 24th in 1982? Well, I remember school was already out. My 10th grade year was already out. It was summer. And it was 1982. I was going to the beach a lot and playing guitar a lot. So I'm sure I was probably playing guitar when this concert was happening. It was a Saturday. I wasn't working yet. I don't think I was working yet. So more than likely I was probably at a friend's house on a weekend playing guitar, or at the beach, or at the swimming pool. So I was either at the local swimming pool, at the beach, or at home playing guitar. That's what I was doing. See, where were you Saturday, July 24th? I love going back in time. Look at Michael Schenker Group. Look. This guy has his own style, doesn't copy or borrow from anyone. He has his own style, his own techniques, his own licks, and his own sound with that real subtle open wah. He has his own sound. No one else plays like that. I love that tone. He has like a very subtle open wah, and he has it on the whole time he plays solos. It is awesome. I love it. Look, who's this? Blue Oyster Cult. Look, another Gibson Les Paul with DiMarzio Super Distortion pickups right here. So this right here is an awesome poster right there. Again, past the heat. It's past the hat. This looks like Angus Young right there, right? Like a Kiss, or lookalike, Rockstar lookalike. Isn't that cool? That does look like Peter Criss and Paul Stanley right there. All right, Maiden. Look, they didn't call them. If you were a fan of Iron Maiden, you wouldn't call them Iron Maiden. You would say Maiden. If you were a big fan of Judas Priest, you wouldn't call them. I'm gonna go see. You would say, I'm gonna go see Priest. That's how you talk. I'm gonna go see Halen. I'm gonna go see Dawkins, right? I'm gonna go see Lynch. I'm gonna go see DeMartini. You just start using the last name, right? You wouldn't see Blue Oyster Cult. You would go see the Cult. That's how you would call it. You wouldn't say Emerson, Lake and Palmer. You would say, I'm gonna go see Palmer. That's what you did. So that's how it was. You know, you wouldn't say, I'm gonna go see Michael Jackson. You would go say, I'm gonna go see Jackson. You know, or see like Cher, Madonna, Susie Q. I'm gonna go see Q. So we can do this all day. I'm not gonna go see Tony Fuentes. I'm gonna go see Fuentes. You know, we know who you're talking about. So always cut the band name short. All right, always. You know. Look, before I forget, John Lord. Let me know what you thought about John Lord. I don't remember John Lord, but let me know your thoughts on John Lord. Right, so that was the latest issue. Number 19, July 1st through July 15th. Kerrang! Featuring ZZ Top. Again, any interview you're interested in, let me know. I'll be more than happy to read those interviews out loud in a separate segment. It'd be fun to see what they were thinking about, talking about, whatnot, what was happening in 1982. All right, thanks for joining me at the best 80s heavy metal at the best 80s heavy metal channel out there on YouTube. Giving you all this content for free, and no Patreons, no dollars. I don't charge you for money. Look at my hand. I don't charge you for money. I don't charge you a dime. I just expect you to have a good time with me, eat some chips, burgers, popcorn, cheesecake, and just watch me talk and talk with me and converse with me down below in the comments. And stay tuned, because when we're done with Kerrang, I got a special treat. You heard it here first. when we're done with these Kerrang issues, and I won't tell you when. You'll know when, because the videos will stop. But when we're done with the Kerrang issues, stay tuned. Oh, sorry. Stay tuned for a monster segment that's gonna reel them in. Like, what are you talking about, Tony? Don't be ridiculous, Tony. What are you talking about? After this segment with Kerrang, I have another segment in the works, and when I unleash it, we're gonna go in succession, year by year. That's all I can say. We're gonna go in succession. Of the next series, we'll go in succession year by year, and when you see the volume that I'm gonna present to you year by year, you'll be like, oh damn, I better subscribe. Anyways, I'm just having fun. Thank you for joining me here at KGTR. I'm Tony. Click subscribe, hit that notification bell. Any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them here. Any requests, leave them here. And thank you for joining me on this great, successful series where we're going through vintage metal magazines, guitar magazines, page by page, because I have it all. I want to share it with you all. And if you want these magazines or issues, just go to YouTube, type it up. I'm sure you can find any issue, any magazine on eBay. Just keep checking it weekly, daily. Stuff comes and goes. I have my eye out on several magazines right now, but if I lose the bidding, I lose the bidding. You know, but a lot of these magazines, if you're interested or you want to have it just for your collection, they're on eBay. You can find all this stuff on eBay. So that's where I get my stuff. A lot of the stuff I've had over the years, but a lot of stuff, you can find stuff for dirt cheap on eBay. But if you want to pay a pretty penny, you can also do that too. So sometimes if I can find backup copies, I'll buy a backup copy for cheap, tear it up, or not tear it up, but pull it apart so that I can scan it and give it to you like this. And then keep the original copy intact for me. So what you see here, I have a backup copy already, right? If you don't see the issue, it's probably because I don't want to tear it up. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll see you all real soon. If not tomorrow, I'll see you in the next video. How's that? If you don't see me tomorrow, you may never see me again unless you hit subscribe. So you may never see me again unless you hit subscribe. How's that? All right, I'll see you folks real soon unless you hit subscribe. All right, bye everybody. What's up? What's up? Let's go. Let's go. Look, I'll take off the wig. We look. Remember Melrose Place where Kimberly went like this? Remember Melrose Place? And then she does this, and she looks in the mirror, and then she peels back her her scalp, and she got like open brains and stuff. What's up? Look, wait. Look. All right, I'll see you folks in the next video. Bye, everybody.